Warpugs, what rolls the only 1d12 in the entirety of D&D? And no, don't look up anything that, counteracts that. Don't counteract my statements with logic. Warpugs is the Barbarian. The shirtless, rippled, massive rage monsters that you should play as a gnome. I'm just saying you should play a gnome barbarian at least once. Either that or a halfling barbarian, because there's nothing funnier than watching something that is about 3'5" losing its mind. Warpugs? This is JoCat's guide to D&D. This is one of the oldest requests in the entirety of the Discord, and I never really understood how I was going to do it. So, I decided we're just going to take it one at a time. Make a small little series out of it. Have some fun with it. Why not? Let's get into it. Guys, the Barbarian is one of those classes that, I've had way too much experience with. I never get to play any of the, specialist classes. I don't get to play a rogue. I definitely never get to play a wizard. I think since when I started playing D&D up until the last D&D game that I played, I have gotten to play a wizard a maximum of, no times. And I've always wanted to play a wizard, but I never get to play a wizard because nobody ever lets me play a wizard because we always need a tank. Everything sucks. Silence you! Everything sucks. And that is why I invented the legendary Jax from Chillax. And one of these days, Warpugs, I will tell you his story. But until then, we're going to be checking out JoCat's A Crap Guide to D&D 5th edition for the Barbarian. And he puts a disclaimer up front. This is meant as a joke and is not all proper guide to D&D. You will not learn anything useful here. Any jabs I throw at your favorite aspect or any way playing D&D are merely for comedic purposes only. Everyone plays it differently, and there's nothing wrong with it playing it how you like to. I love how he misspelled wrong. Which means, judging by spell check and the rules of the internet, anything that you say that is misspelled automatically renders your entire argument invalid. Let's get into it. Which is why I've constantly kept the misspelled words in the 5-ish minute lore prequels going, because I'm an idiot. Let's go.
It's too cold outside. What
Yes.
shadowy hints of my easy-to-miss social life is dying, and I also want to argue about how pop culture characters fit into alignment charts, so it's time
I'm not the only one that does this.
to make like a bunch of famous voice actors and Dungeons some Dragons. Odds are plenty of
Sweet.
you dorkbags have heard of the hobby, but have as little understanding about how it works as anyone over 60 has about being content with living as a single childless adult who doesn't care.
Dude, there's shots fired. And hold on a second. Just 1 second. I'm staring at somebody very, very judgmentally because she's making the dogs all hyper and she knows what she's doing. I wonder who I'm talking about. Will you go? The chair can be picked up and moved. Warpugs, I know what I got myself into when I married this woman.
Care about where they live so long as it's a roof over their head and the neighbors don't shout out racial slurs, unless it's at half.
I am trying to do something here. Can I please?
You love me.
Get out. I love you. Get out.
Okay.
Now I gotta back it up. Excuse me a little bit. Sorry about that.
Who doesn't care about where they live so long as it's a roof over their head and the neighbors don't shout out racial slurs, unless it's at half-elves, the filthy, knife-eared mongrel mutts. So print out some character sheets, go shopping for some loaded dice, pack some expired snacks, call up all those friends you can only tolerate, and put on your favorite wizarding hat. It's time to do some motherfucking role-playing. Welcome to A Crap Guide to D&D.
Yeah!
Do you like hitting things? What am I saying? Of course you do. Everybody does. I most certainly do. All the time. Like now. And hitting things is the best thing about D&D. You can hit literally anything you want. Better yet...
Yeah, hit something in the face!
Yet you can hit it with a big fuck-off axe while flying into a bloodthirsty rage so potent you could be forgiven for mistaking it for some kind of super rabies. The Barbarian is the best class for hitting everything and everyone hard enough they explode into a huge puff of confetti or a shower of blood and organs. What's the difference? They're pretty much the same thing. You get a D12 for your hit die, one of the only times you'll ever use a D12. But
I told you. I told you. There is no problem with that armor. Do you know why? I'll tell you why.
But it does mean you'll be soaking up hits better than my pillow soaks up tears after I take a look in the mirror for a few seconds. You start with just about every important combat proficiency and any weapon of your choice. And if you're taking recommendations, I highly suggest going for the dual-wield chainsaw shotgun laser earrings with
yes!
detachable missile launchers and drink dispensers. Ooh, and they have built-in cup holders. Look at that. No tool.
I didn't know they had built-in cup holders. Where is he getting these weapons from? Because I want them in my next game. Because I'm gonna have to play a tank.
Tool proficiencies, but who cares? Nobody uses tools anyway. You pick them to add to your character for backstory purposes and then forget they exist because you only ever roll for skill checks anyway, you lazy, thoughtless gobblebright. Yes, I just made that up, and it's what you are, you stinky feigl bitch. In fact, who even needs armor? Your pure, unadulterated chutzpah will block enemy blows better than even the shiniest of chainmail bikinis. Better yet, you have spider sense, which assists in you avoiding traps, spells, obligatory social events, and laundry. And of course, the signature trait of the barbar is being able to enter a ferocious frenzy of force that foes will fear for all their fannies. During your rage, you may be easier to hit, but at the game that you are better at hitting everything else. And not just that, your muscles grow to the size of crag-faced garmoofis. That's a made-up word. I don't care that the things I'm using for analogies aren't real. Intelligence is a dump stat anyway. That's...
Wait. 5,000 strength, the only one that matters. Dexterity, more like poopsterity. Constitution, only nerds get hit by attacks. This is true. Wisdom, tree huggers, and furries. Intelligence for nerds and eggheads. This is true. Charisma, absolutely useless. Dude, intimidate checks are a thing. Intimidate checks are a thing.
That's why mine is the number that comes after 3. And now you know how to play Barbarian. You're welcome.
I feel cleansed. Do you feel cleansed? I feel ready. Do you feel ready? Warpugs. I think this is probably the best summation that I will hear in the next 5 years about the Barbarian class. Warpugs. JoCat's crap guide to D&D. I think we're in for a banging good time. I can't wait for it to get to the classes I don't get to play, like Wizard, Sorcerer, Thief. See, that's how long it's been since I actually played a class that could do things other than hit things really hard. Like, I still call it a Thief. I mean, that's... Everything sucks. I'm gonna cry bitter tears. Warpugs. Like and subscribe. Check the links down below for JoCat's links. And, oh my god, check the links in the description down below because, frankly, oh god. I got a lot of stuff that I'm doing right now. I'm getting ready to put out the next 5-ish minute lore. I'm starting the editing on that. And, the third channel is beginning to, take form. I'm going to be putting out a couple more videos on that in the coming few days. And somebody please, a taser, some restraints, anything, duct tape for the woman, because she will not leave me alone. I'm out, Warpugs. Send help. And I want to play a wizard.